Hello everyone and welcome to a new ATFX video. My name is Gonzalo Canete. I'm usually do on Friday evening the weekly market report, but in this occasion, this weekly market report gonna be especially focused on three of the biggest companies in the world. I'm talking about Meta, Google Alphabet and Microsoft. Especially important because, as you can see, the core of these companies, and we're gonna go into details in a few minutes, the core of these companies, they're investing a massive amount of money, which is almost 100,000 millions in the case of Meta, on artificial intelligence. This is causing certain concerns on the investors and on shareholders mainly, but we're gonna see what is the potential of this business and why we need to study in detail this evolution, these companies. Let's start with the classic risk warning, because remember, my intention here is not tell to you what to do with your money, it's mainly share with you information clear. And actually for this report I have been studying different ways to make the material more easy, more quick, more I would say more synthetic in terms of understand well the information. So I was just find different approach to express these results, the corporative results of these companies this week in a different way, and I think you're gonna like the way I end in summarizing all. Welcome to the presentation of Microsoft, Google and Meta analysis. We're gonna always, as usual, we're gonna finish this video showing to you clear charts with clear levels, or what we believe it's probably the most important prices for every single of these companies, plus for the NASDAQ index, the technological selective index for these companies in the world. So let's start with the main summary of all. I was just trying to find the right approach to express the results and the study of these three companies in one, and I think this combo is actually really good because we're gonna mix by topic every single aspect of every single of these companies regarding this. So first of all is the earnings present or introduced or released by these companies this week. So let's study Alphabet, Google. The first one, the Q1 of 2024 exceeds the Q1 earnings estimations, driven by growth in research, cloud and artificial intelligence. Announcement first ever dividend and 70 billion stock buyback. So for the first time in history, Google is giving the dividend and also announced a new fresh 70 billion stock buyback, which is, clearly is bringing more confidence for investors, because if they are buying their home companies, only big companies are going to buy back when they actually recover part of the stake they got on the company, because obviously they believe in the project in long terms. Boosting investors' confidence. Market value briefly surpassed the 2 trillions of market capitalization, which is incredible. $2 trillion, the value of this company on the market. Microsoft beat Q3 revenue and profit estimations, followed by artificial intelligence adoption across its cloud service, particularly Azure. We have seen in previous reports, corporative reports, all business lines these companies got it, but in this one, in this video, I want to compress all the information and go more precisely to compare results from one to another. And well, I'm just telling to you in advance, the results are good. The response of the market is in almost every case good. There is certain concerns in the case of Meta, some technical gaps in the case of Microsoft, but in general terms, these three companies are super bullish on the market. We're gonna find out later the more interesting prices for each one of them. Exceeds Q1 revenues in the case of Meta, exceeds Q1 revenues and EPS expectations. However, concerns arose due to the increased capital expenditure. Attention with this, please. Alert. Because it's almost 100,000 millions, the budget they put on investment on artificial intelligence for the next year. It's crazy. It's a really monster project, the one they do it, and we can only speculate what gonna be the results of this. And the lack of clarity on this monetization timeline. Why? Because almost everyone who is talking about Meta or Facebook are considering what was that massive project. They got it, and it seems to be more like a failure when they were talking about Meta Universe and everything supposed to be Meta by now and blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about. Google investing, well, we go now to the artificial intelligence as a key growth driver for all of these companies. In the case of Google, investing heavily in artificial intelligence, integrating generative AI service through Gemini into Google Cloud, attracting major clients, and actually it's working really well. I was testing Gemini and making a comparison between Gemini and ChatGPT, and the answer is amazing. Microsoft partner with OpenAI, developer of ChatGPT, and introduced to Microsoft Copilot and Artificial Intelligence Assistant for Azure, positioning itself in a leader to the AI race. And in the case of Meta, attention please, announced plans to invest significantly in artificial intelligence, developing advanced models like Llama 3, which is the meta version of ChatGPT, exploring AI monetization strategies such as business messaging, AI-powered ads, and model access fees. You will see how exactly they are planning to implement artificial intelligence on these 3 lines, because one of the slides of this presentation I have done is precisely to go into details about these 3 business ideas that Max Zuckerberg was trying to put in the investor's mind. Let's go to them. First of all, market reactions and investor sentiments. Alphabet and Microsoft stock price surge due to the strong earnings and clear AI strategies, demonstrating the potential for artificial intelligence monetization. Meta, it's going a different path because mainly the concerns of the budget and so on. Stock price plunged to the concerns about increased AI spending and uncertainty surrounding its profitability timeline. Investors express apprehension about the repeat of the metaverse spending spree. So mainly to see how they're going to manage that budget to monetize. Now let's go to the ideas. Meta's AI ambitions and monetization plans. This is very interesting, okay? Mark Zuckerberg expressed optimism about Meta's AI capabilities and its potential to become a leading artificial intelligence company. Outline plans for significant AI investments in the coming years are mainly focused on, first thing, business message. Develop AI tools for business to automate customers' interactions and charge for this service. So mainly, they see the future in a way, and I can see it even in financial industry in our sector, because I always researching with competitors, that 10 years ago, we were mainly all the day on the phone with investors. Right now, I can see that everything has to be automatized. Like most of the time, a kind of AI chat is addressing your concerns and your questions to the right point, or put you through some human being to give you a support, right? Which is again saving a lot of time by addressing the issues correctly. So business missions, which is like mainly customer support, will be artificial intelligence in the future for most of the companies. AI powered ads. Integrate artificial intelligence to advertisements platforms to improve targeting and efficiency, potentially leading to higher ad revenue. In theory, and it's the nature of the marketing industry, they're gonna use the algorithms, everything, just to optimize the results and the targeting the audience. Model access fees, charge fees for access to larger AI models and increase computing power. We mainly also is like build different layers for different power and services. So depending on what you want, I guess in the future we're gonna see actually a ChatGPT, a smart AI just designed for a precisely job, for what you need to pay, obviously, or hire the service of the software. Concerns and challenges. Meta spending. Investors worry about the impact of increased AI spending on profitability, particularly after metaverse investment experience, as we mentioned already. AI monetization uncertainty. The timeline and success of Meta's AI monetization strategies remain unclear, raising concerns among investors like, okay, even when the ideas may sound good, how long it's gonna be actually a business line, it's gonna be actually a pipe for incomes for the company, right? Competition. All 3 companies face intense competition in AI space, particularly from each other, requiring continuous innovation and strategy execution. They're fighting with each other, and I'm sure they're fighting also with new competitors from the Chinese side. NASDAQ. Let's go, first of all, before we go to every particular company, we're gonna go to the ecosystem where these 3 companies are living, which is NASDAQ. The tech by excellence the test exchange. So we can see in long-term super clear chart. Let's go to full screen so you will see all in detail. We can see super clearly how it was a range that has been moving. Let me see if I can use actually here the yes, that's it, the pen. But is this drawing? Yeah, it's drawing. Two big resistance since 2020. It was in around the area of 17,000 points. We break out that resistance finally, and we almost go to 18,000 and a half, but we didn't reach 19,000 points on NASDAQ. Now, the price was dropping for many macroeconomical factors that we can explain this week, which was the inflation spiked a few weeks ago, the GDP from United States dropping to 1.6 during this week. The statements from Jerome Powell last week mentioning that maybe they need to hold interest rates for a longer period, which is actually disappointing the market, which is expecting actually more liquidity. All of this caused this price retracement. And by the way, we mentioned this in our previous reports. But okay, we actually bet for this scenario long time ago, and it finally happened. So you're welcome. It's turning back to the 17,000 points, but as you can see clearly, I believe the 20,000 points is the second target after this this movement of contraction on the price. We probably see that 17,000 is working super well as a support, and therefore price gonna keep rising up now to 20,000. Even I tell you what, the drop on the GDP in the United States is actually a positive sign for push with the more monetary stimulus or potential interest rate cuts that will happen in September, blah 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 blah, and so on. This is exactly the news that we need from a macroeconomic perspective to guarantee actions from the Federal Reserve in pro of the market. So it was actually good news, and we will see that. And actually today the candle, as you can see, is super small here, but if you make zoom, you can see that today the session is positive and the week is ending in good numbers. Let's go into detail. So let me remove all now, and we can actually go to the next slide. Here in short term, we can see daily candles, and I just passed to lines to avoid any noise, cause on noise. We got again 17,000 points here has a clear resistance, and therefore the next resistance here. You can see the price was dropping, but it didn't go away. It didn't go farther after 17,000 points. Actually, didn't even touch the 17,000 points. It was just getting close to the boom, back again up to 17,723 points on NASDAQ, and still rising. I believe next resistance is going to be obviously the last maximum registry, which it was 18,500 as a reference. But again, the target should be imminent target after 18,500 should be 20,000 points on NASDAQ. So keep an eye on those levels. If it's not dropping below 17,000, NASDAQ is bullish to next target 18,000 and a half, 20,000 points. All right, let's clear the screen and let's carry on. Next one. Now we go to Google, we go to the companies. Take a look how nicely is rising the company. Super good. Look the size of the candle. We're watching right now a weekly candle. The size of the candle is massive, amazing. Again, breaking up the previous resistance here, which it was the ones that we reached in 2021. We probably go to a target of $182. Why? Because if you see the size of this movement, it's actually, boom, exactly the same size of this movement. So at least, we should see $182 on Google. Once we reach $182, maybe we can see certain drop. But still, as you can see, there is a clear uptrend here. So we should use that trend for any pullback after reach 180. Should be good to start to take positions there again. So far I think Google is gonna keep moving forward to 180 or $182 as a main target. Talking about that, if you go into more details, sorry, this is NASDAQ again. Sorry, this is Google. Sorry, it's Google. Yeah, there is a gap. Oh yeah, because we were analyzing in a line, full line. This is a gap. If you take a look on candles, you will see that actually this uptrend is well defined, but we break out that uptrend, and the price start to quote above the market price levels. Therefore, that's why I believe maybe before go to $182, it's gonna drop and go to 172, 170, 175, and from there, boom, hit the $180 per share. Sorry. So that will be the natural move that I expected. Like maybe a drop just to cover the gap, and as soon as it's getting close to the previous prices, boom, come back again to $180. So keep a look on Google in the coming days. Going to Meta, again, long-term weekly candles. You see the drop mainly because, well, we explained Surenberg was trying to convince the investors after the results that the results are going well, but the main concern is the massive budget he put on AI. So that's the only main concern. They got it right now, and that's our main problem. Let's analyze how it's going and study. But targets 680, 525 has a main target, and 405 has a support line. And long term, you can see in short term also here the drop to 407. Again, 525 has a target, 400 has a support. Really clear. Microsoft dropping back from $430. Again, symmetry movement, same size movements. This is the symmetry, and that's why it's dropping back. But again, super nice if it's breaking up $480 per share. You can see clear the movement more clear here. 400 has a support, 430 has a target, and only if it's breaking up we can continue in taking new fresh bullish positions there. I think that's all. Thank you for watching, and if you want to suggest any other topic, please contact me, leave a comment, thumb up, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm more than happy to prepare any other new material for you. Enjoy and good luck with the tests. Bye bye.